right, everybody. Football fundamentals. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback from all of y'all, and I appreciate that. If you're really enjoying it and you think somebody else needs to learn more about football and somebody else would enjoy these videos, please share them out on Twitter, Reddit, Facebook. Uh, if you find a way to Instagram, put it on your favorite football forum or your team's forum or your team's Facebook group page, anything just so people can enjoy and learn a little bit more about football. And even if you're not a Saints fan, if you got something that you want diagrammed, say it's the smash concept or the Yankee concept, of passing concepts, or maybe the difference between a 3-tech and a 1-tech, even if it's your team, send it in because football fundamentals is more than just the New Orleans Saints. But we are talking about the New Orleans Saints today using the Gallop technique, and a special shout out to Brandon Thorne, guy I respect immensely, writing for USA Football. He also worked with me on the Inside the Pylon draft guide. He's at the Scouting Academy. The dude knows so much, and I am indebted to him because he is always teaching me a thing or two and helping me improve my football acumen so I can help you guys improve your football acumen. Anyway, that's enough talking about how great everybody else is. Let's just go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty. So I was wondering what the Gallop technique is. Let's go ahead and read what Brandon Thorne said. And like I said, this is Brandon's article that just came out this past month. So the Gallop is an offensive line run blocking technique. It is a Bill Callahan and Larry Zerline staple that is used to close ground more quickly than traditional footwork in the running game. It requires an explosive drive out of a 2 or a 3-point stance with dynamic weight transfer from the outside to inside leg, moving laterally or even at a vertical angle to gain ground and fit on a defender in tight quarters. Next, because I want to keep reading a little bit more. And then we'll show you an example from the New Orleans Saints and them using the Gallop technique. So this technique can be a more efficient way to get a quick scoop on a hard-to-reach defender or, those reach-type plays, typically when they are aligned in a tight shade to either shoulder of the blocker or when uncovered, needing to overtake a defender that is head up adjacent. So just to give you guys a frame of reference of what that could mean, let me go ahead and throw this back up here and then draw on the screen. Because you guys love when I draw on the screen, don't you? Let's see. I got to make it to where you can actually see when I draw on the screen, and that might be a little bit more helpful. So let me deactivate these screens, and bam. So let's do our John Madden pin. So let's just say this is our center. Yeah, box is the center. Don't know why. Guard, tackle, and then we've got a 2 technique right here. Defender, head up on our guard, and you're the tackle. You've got to reach this guy. So this is what we're talking about the Gallop technique helping us do. Close this space so we can push this guy into the A-gap and then hit to the next level. So that gives you guys a little visual diagram. Well, let's watch this play in full speed. I'm going to go ahead and skip it so you guys can see it from the end zone angle. And what you're watching for is Terron Armstead, the left tackle of the New Orleans Saints right here, how he plays this technique. Something that I would say needs a minor adjustment to, but we'll also take a look at one of the plays Brandon Thorne writes about in his article. So let's press play and just watch this. Bam! Throws that man. It's just disrespectful. And Alvin Kamara gets 10 yards through the B gap because of this technique. So what is this technique actually doing? Well, let's do it in slow-mo. So as we talk about, we're going to close ground right here, and then there's the plant foot we talked about. So remember we talked about that plant foot? There's the plant foot. So now we're using that to gather momentum and drive it into the defender right on his hip. So we want to take Terron Armstead's big old backside booty, gluteus maximus, and we want to ram it right into the hip of the defender. And we're going to use that leverage we create to uproot him, basically. You don't have to pick the man up and, ballerina him, Will Ferrell in that Blades of Glory ice skating movie or whatever it was. But you want to get enough leverage to move him out, and then you're going to take out, basically like what you would on a duo block, and then go to the next level and let your guard finish the rest. Enjoy those beautiful Madden scriptlings because now you got a smiley face. Only John Madden type scrolling can provide that for you. So watch what happens. So you see him leverage right here, lift, whoa, bam, and then clear. And Alvin Kamara shows good patience there to allow the block to develop. It's a good job by Armstead because not only does he clear out the defensive lineman here, he also gets to the second level and takes out the linebacker. Really good play. And good job by Andres Pete with the cleanup there, the left guard, because he's got to deal with another um, linebacker coming right in his face right here with Max Unger. So good job by the entire Saints offensive line. So I want to go back to the article we were just talking about with my guy Brandon Thorne. Going to be on the podcast soon too, guys. So stay tuned. Album dropping soon. I want to do this play, and this is Ronald Leary, left guard, Dallas Cowboys. So the guys he's going after is actually the head up on the center, that zero, which I believe for the New Orleans Saints is Broderick Bunkley. This is going back in time a little bit. So let's press play, and you can kind of see what he says. So right there, you see the initial step. We saw that with Terron Armstead. Right there, you see the balance step, perfect fit on the hip of the nose tackle, drives him, and then he gets to the second level and takes out the linebacker. Now let's roll on back. I want to show you one more time Terron Armstead doing this. And the only thing I would knock here is on that balance step, his right balance right here. So when he's getting a step, he's engaging before that right foot is rooted to the ground, which would allow him to get the most leverage out of this. Because it's not all the way there, it's a little bit harder. But for those who don't know, Terron Armstead, from an athletic standpoint, from a strength standpoint, is one of the best guys in the league at his position. He struggled a lot with injuries so far at his time in the league, and it hasn't really produced a full season, which is one of the reasons he hasn't gotten the nods and the accolades that other guys have. But when you watch him play, from a technique and athletic ability standpoint, he is definitely one of the top names in the NFL. But if I had to knock one thing about that play, because you see this balance step, good. He gets the leverage. He basically uproots the guy literally. I want to keep using that word because literally uproots him and throws him and Andres Pete with the cleanup on two guys. And then he's able to use that and still clear out and open that B gap for the run. And if you're the running back, man, that's the thing of beauty. You're not having to work too hard when you got guys doing that for you. So let's watch it one more time, full speed. We'll read through the Gallop blog, just explaining what it is one more time. And I hope you guys enjoy this because I like studying linemen, whether it's offensive line or defensive line. The war in the trenches is my favorite aspect of football, period. I love trench warfare. I know everybody likes receivers, and receivers are great. People like different things. For me, it is all about trench warfare. Absolutely love it. And I think part of that is just from when I attended the Scouting Academy. Dan Hatman's a big D-line guy. Brandon Thorne is one of the first guys I really connected with. He's O-line and D-line guy, especially O-line. So that was just that love was shared there, and they cultivated that passion with me. So let's look at this one more time. We're going to read what this is. And I hope you guys have enjoyed these videos. I'm enjoying making them. The technique, whoops, wrong paragraph, right up here, Brandon Thorne. And this is on USA Football, so go to blog.usafootball.com. Like I said, phenomenal resource. I try to give you guys access and let you know of resources that are free that you can continue to learn with, especially if you're a visual person like myself. So the Gallop is an offensive line run blocking technique, is a Bill Callahan Zerline staple that is used to close ground more quickly, and you can see how. So you get that initial power step, you move in, you close space very quickly, get those balance set, so you basically anchor down and then explode. Helps you just traverse ground at a more rapid pace. I'm saying the same thing multiple ways. But it requires an explosive drive out of a 2 or 3 point stance with dynamic weight transfer from the outside to inside leg, moving laterally or vertically to gain ground and fit on a defender in tight quarters. You're engaging that hip right there on their side to move them, get good momentum going, and take them out. This technique could be a more efficient way to get a scoop on a hard-to-reach defender, typically when they are aligned in a tight shade to either shoulder of the blocker or when uncovered, needing to overtake a defender that is head up on an adjacent blocker, and that's what we were kind of seeing in this previous play for the New Orleans Saints. So let's just go ahead and put this beautiful background up there as I say these words. If you guys are enjoying these videos, we're trying to keep these nice right around the 10-minute mark, so plenty of time for you to learn something new, go to the water cooler, show how you are more knowledgeable about football than everybody at your work or your church or your house, whoever, at the barbershop, at the beauty salon. I know that you ladies love football too. Hope you guys are enjoying Football Fundamentals. If you are, drop a like, drop a subscribe, follow us on Twitter, do all those fancy things. Above all, please share this out if you're enjoying it. Share it out wherever you can. And finally, if you really are enjoying this stuff and you want more of it, consider donating to Patreon or PayPal channel. So head over to Patreon, or actually if you check in the description link below, all that stuff is there for as little as $5 a month. That's less than a bag of almond M&Ms. It's less than some Twizzlers. It's less than Well, it's not less than Vienna sausages, but you get the point. Every little bit really does help. Hope you guys enjoy it. We'll catch you on the next one as we'll continue to have more of these football fundamentals rolling out. Peace.